At the beginning of the movie, we meet the main character, Lena. Lena is riding to school with her mother. Lena's mother's name is Isul. She had gone through a divorce. Lena's mother lived separately with Lena. The relationship between Lena and her mother was more like friendship than the usual mother-daughter bond. Every day after school, Lena goes to swimming lessons. After that, she stays to take singing lessons, because learning to sing was a true passion for her. Where Lena learned to sing, she liked a boy named Johan, but she never told Johan how she felt. One day, Johan heard Lena sing and fell in love with her. He wanted to talk to Lena. At one point, Johan invited Lena out for coffee. Lena was very happy and agreed. But at that moment, her mother arrived there. Lena's mother asked who the boy was. Lena said he was her classmate. When Lena and her mother were returning home, Isul saw Johan hanging out with some rowdy boys. Seeing this made Isul feel uneasy. Still, she ignored it and went home. A few days passed. Lena messaged Johan on her own. While they were talking, they decided to meet. Then it was seen that Johan was messaging someone else again. At night, Lena, without telling her mother, took some chocolates for Johan. She went to meet him on the roof. Lena was very happy and excited. While Lena was talking to Johan, several of Johan's friends arrived. As soon as they came, they started saying terrible things to Lena. At one point, they all did something very disgusting to her together. Lena screamed and cried out loudly. She tried her best to save herself, but she couldn't. The boy she had trusted and loved had brought her here. Lena could never have imagined he would do this to her. Meanwhile, when Lena's mother returned to Lena's room, she couldn't find her. She became a little scared. Then she called her ex-husband, because her ex-husband was a police officer. He told Isul that Lena might have gone to a party or to a friend's house, and that she should not worry. But Isul was a mother. Her heart would not accept that. A short while later, a phone call came to Isul. As soon as it rang, she rushed to the hospital. When she reached the hospital and saw her daughter Lena, her whole world turned upside down. Because after the divorce, this daughter had been her only reason to live, her source of happiness. And now, her dear daughter lay bleeding on a hospital bed. Isul collapsed in deep grief. After a while, Lena regained consciousness. When Lena woke up, she clung to her mother Isul and sobbed uncontrollably. She kept saying, "Mom, I am in so much pain. Please never let those boys go." The scene changes. The 3 accused boys were brought in by the police. But from their attitude, it seemed as if they had committed no crime. It all felt normal to them. Seeing their behavior made Isul furious. She rushed forward to attack them. Then the boys started saying filthy things to Lena's mother. Immediately, a police officer calmed Isul down, and those boys were taken to the lockup. 2 police officers came to visit Lena in the hospital. They began asking Lena many kinds of questions, but Lena was not mentally ready to answer them. Lena's mother begged the officers not to question her daughter in that state. The police saw Lena's condition and left. After that, Isul took her daughter home. From the moment they returned home, Lena became completely silent. She would go to the bathroom and keep her whole body submerged in the bathtub for hours, because she thought maybe the water would wash away the shame on her body. Lena's mother tried hard to console her, telling her, "Don't think about what happened. Everything will be okay." Then Isul's ex-husband is seen. He is talking about the matter with his senior officer. The senior officer tells him that this case will not go far because the boys are underage. They are very young. The senior officer advised, "It would be better if you arrange for Isul to meet with those boys' guardians since they want to reach a settlement." When Isul's ex-husband explains this to Isul, she becomes extremely angry, but her ex-husband gently calms her down. Eventually, Isul agrees to meet. Isul goes to meet the boys' parents. After she goes, when you hear what the boys' parents say, it will be hard for you to control your anger. They say, "Our boys are just young. They made a mistake without understanding. It's not like your daughter is dead. Your daughter is still alive." Hearing this makes Isul furious. She tells them, "I will take your boys to court. They will be punished." In the next scene, Isul goes to court. Everyone is present there. But in court, Lena admits that at first she had messaged Johan herself and went to meet him. On the other hand, Only one boy's DNA was found on Lena's body. Hearing this, the court decides to sentence that one boy to just 2 years, and the others are acquitted. On hearing this verdict, Lena's mother breaks down in extreme anger and sorrow. She says to the judge, "These boys did such terrible things to my daughter, and yet they are being released. They should be sentenced to death." As she says this, she collapses in tears. As she was leaving the court, she told her ex-husband, "I will go to the high court to get the justice my daughter deserves." After that, when Isul went to get in the car with her daughter Lena, we saw her sitting on one side of the car, completely broken inside. This scene of the movie was truly heartbreaking. Isul brought her daughter Lena back home. A few days passed. Lena became completely silent. She didn't even talk to her mother anymore. Her mother said, "Let's go somewhere together. It might ease your pain a little," but Lena didn't reply. She just asked her mother to leave the room. The next morning when Lena woke up, she found a message on her phone. When she opened it, she saw that the boys had messaged her again. With that message, they had sent her a video. And you can guess very well what that video was. Lena screamed loudly. Hearing the scream, her mother came to the door, but it was locked from inside. Isul thought Lena might be trying to harm herself. A moment later, Lena opened the door and lied to her mother. She told her, "I'm going to music class." But actually, she was going to punish those boys. Lena quickly left the house. The boys had given her an address. Lena went to that address. She was also carrying a hidden knife. When Lena arrived there, the boys forced her into a room. She tried to scare them with the knife. The boys just laughed at this. They were recording everything on video. And then they did the same horrible thing to Lena again. They filmed it once more and started blackmailing her, saying, "If you tell anyone about this, we'll make this video go viral." Meanwhile, Isul went to meet her ex-husband's wife, who was a lawyer. At Isul's request, she agreed to take Lena's case to the high court. On the other side, we see Lena. What had happened to her before happened again. This time, she couldn't control herself. In deep grief and pain, she started cutting her own hair, crying uncontrollably. But she didn't have the courage to end her life. A little later, when Lena's mother came home, she saw Lena sitting quietly. She didn't know that those boys had done the same thing to her daughter again. Isul went to a nearby supermarket to buy some essentials. Taking this chance, Lena left the house. She went to a cake shop. When the shopkeeper asked Lena, "What should I write on the cake?" Lena said, "Can I write it myself?" She then wrote something on the cake, but it wasn't shown. In the next scene, we see Lena's mother come back home. After returning, she couldn't find Lena anywhere. Then she heard a loud sound of water coming from the bathroom. She rushed there. When she opened the bathroom door, she saw Lena lying in the bathtub, her body covered in blood. She had tried to take her own life. Seeing this, Lena's mother screamed loudly. She picked up her daughter, rushed to the car, and tried to get to the hospital. While they were rushing to the hospital, Lena was still alive. She whispered slowly, "Mom, don't cry." A little later, they reached the hospital. The doctors tried everything to save Lena. After a short while, a doctor came to her mother and said, "Lena is no longer with us." The moment Isul heard that, she went senseless and collapsed to the floor. A little while later, when she came to, she asked to see her daughter's body. When she saw Lena's dead face, she broke down completely. She screamed and cried out loud. This scene was extremely emotional. Later, we see Lena's funeral has finished. Isul returns to the house. The whole home is silent. After some time, Isul opens the fridge and sees the cake Lena bought. She opens the cake box. On the cake was written, "Don't cry, Mommy." Lena had bought that cake because it was her mother's birthday, and Lena knew she wouldn't be alive on her mother's birthday. So she bought the cake for her mother before she died. Seeing this, Isul collapses into deep sobs. Next, we see Isul go into Lena's room and look through all the things Lena left behind. Seeing Lena's photos hurts her deeply. She folds all Lena's clothes and packs them into a box. Her school dress and shoes go into a box too. Suddenly, her eyes fall on Lena's phone. When she switches it on, she sees the messages from those boys. She watches the videos they had sent to Lena. In that moment, Isul realizes the boys had done the same thing to her daughter again. This time, she explodes with rage. Her only goal now is to make those boys pay and to avenge her daughter's death. After much searching, Isul finds one of the boys. She shows him the video and says, "Delete this video." But the boy treats Isul very badly, and a struggle breaks out between them. Soon the police arrive. They take Isul to the station. At the police station, Isul's ex-husband tells her, "Why are you taking the law into your own hands?" "This is the police's job," Isul replies. "If the police could have done anything, my daughter would be alive today. I will get justice for my daughter myself." With that, she leaves and goes straight to Johan. She grabs a knife to his throat and asks, "Why did you do this to my daughter?" Johan replies, "I was not to blame. My friends forced me to bring Lena here. If I didn't, they would have killed me." Then Johan gives Isul the addresses of the other boys. Isul weeps and tells Johan, "Lena loved you so much. Why did you do this to her? Lena is not alive for you today." Right after that, the scene changes. We see Isul arriving at that address. He enters the room but finds no one there. Tears fill his eyes because this is the very room where they had hurt his daughter. A moment later, a boy walks in. Then a fight breaks out between Isul and the boy. But physically, Isul can't overpower him. At one point, the boy says, "Get out of here, or I'll do to you what I did to your daughter." But suddenly, Isul stabs the boy with a knife. The boy dies right there, and that's how his revenge begins. Isul takes the boy's phone and walks out. Then he goes searching for another one of them. That boy was just arriving in the parking lot on his bike. Right then, Isul slams into him and knocks him down. He keeps driving his car over the boy again and again, and in this way, the boy finally pays for his sins. Anyway, Isul had now finished avenging his daughter's death, so he heads to the roof of his office to commit suicide, because his daughter was no longer alive in this world, and Lena had been his only reason to live. Isul is about to jump from the roof when his ex-husband calls. On the call, his ex-husband tells him that Johan is behind all of this. He himself made those videos. The moment Isul hears this, he explodes with rage. He immediately rushes to Johan's school. His ex-husband also arrives there. Isul beats Johan and drags him up to the rooftop. His ex-husband keeps begging him to drop the knife. He says over and over, "The court will give justice, let the boy go." But Isul had nothing left to lose, so he raises the knife in his hand and moves toward Johan. Right then, he shoots Isul. She collapses to the ground. Meanwhile, Johan also dies from excessive blood loss, and that was today's story. Tell me in the comments how you felt about it.